Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But of course, you have your news headlines coming up on this hump day, the last hump day of May, I may add. We also have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with home improvement expert Chip Wade, discussing some great do-it-yourself ideas. Enjoy our program. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Wednesday headlines. In international news, the Associated Press says after 3 months, Russia still bogged down in Ukraine war. When Russia invaded Ukraine on February 24th, it had hoped to overtake the country in a blitz lasting only days or a few weeks. Many Western analysts thought so too. As the conflict marked its third month on Tuesday, Moscow appears to be bogged down in what increasingly looks like a war of attrition with no end in sight and few successes on the battlefield. There was no quick victory for Russian President Vladimir Putin, no route that would allow the Kremlin to control most of Ukraine and establish a puppet government. Instead, Russian troops got bogged down on the outskirts of Kyiv and other big cities amid stiff Ukrainian defenses. Convoys of Russian armor seemed stalled on long stretches of highway. Troops ran out of supplies and gasoline, becoming easy targets. A little over a month into the invasion, Russia effectively acknowledged the failure of its blitz and pulled troops back from areas near Kyiv, declaring a shift of focus to the eastern industrial region of the Donbass, where Moscow-backed separatists have been fighting Ukrainian forces since 2014. To be sure, Russia has seized significant chunks of territory around the Crimean Peninsula that Moscow annexed 8 years ago. It also has managed to cut Ukraine off completely from part of the sea, finally securing full control over the port city of Mariupol after a siege that prevented some of its troops from fighting elsewhere while they battled die-hard Ukrainian forces. But the offensive in the east seems to have bogged down as well, as Western arms flow into Ukraine to bolster its outgunned army. Russian artillery and warplanes relentlessly pounded Ukrainian positions, trying to break through defenses built up during the separatist conflict. They have made only incremental gains, clearly reflecting both Russia's insufficient troop numbers and the Ukrainian resistance. Russia recently lost hundreds of personnel and dozens of combat vehicles while trying to cross a river to build a bridgehead. Elsewhere in Ukraine, Russian forces have methodically targeted Western weapons shipments, ammunition, and fuel depots, and critical infrastructure in hopes of weakening Kyiv's military and economy. But in trying to gain ground, Russian forces have also relentlessly shelled cities and laid siege to some of them. In the latest example of the war's toll, 200 bodies were found in a collapsed building in Mariupol, Ukrainian authorities said on Tuesday. In national news, U.S. safety savings rules set stage for baby formula shortage. A massive recall is getting most of the blame for the U.S. baby formula shortage, but experts say the products have long been vulnerable to this type of crisis due to decades-old policies that have allowed a handful of companies to corner the market. Those government rules aimed at assuring safe, affordable formula are getting renewed scrutiny as President Joe Biden's administration rushes to import formula from Europe. Federal regulators are expected to soon allow Abbott Nutrition to reopen the Michigan plant that's been closed since February due to contamination problems. The factory is the largest of its kind in the United States, and its shutdown, combined with pandemic-related supply chain issues, hobbled supplies of popular formulas and specialty formulas for children with rare medical conditions. Lawmakers will hold 3 hearings on the issue this week, calling on company executives, government regulators, and outside experts to testify. The attention could spur changes to government safety and contract rules that have been in place since the 1980s and favor big U.S. manufacturers that are capable of navigating the complex requirements. In more national news, ex-White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki hired by MSNBC. Former White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki has officially landed at MSNBC, where she is expected to make appearances on the network's cable and streaming programs, as well as host a new original show. The program, set to debut in the first quarter of 2023, will bring together her unique perspective from behind the podium and her deep experience in the highest levels of government and presidential politics, the network said in a statement Tuesday. Psaki will also appear on NBC and during MSNBC's primetime special election programming throughout the midterms and 2024 presidential election. And finally, in business news, stock market slump unsettling Americans eyeing retirement. Americans on the cusp of retiring are facing a tough choice as they watch their nest eggs shrink, stay the course, or keep working. as stock market slump this year has taken a big bite out of investors' portfolios, including retirement plans like 401ks. The S&P 500, the benchmark for many index funds, is down about 17% since its all-time high in early January. The sharp reversal after a banner 2021 for Wall Street has been particularly unsettling for those who have been planning to retire sooner rather than later and banking on a healthier stock portfolio to help fund their post-work lifestyle. It doesn't help that the cost of everything from gasoline to food is up sharply amid the highest inflation since the 1970s, and that the Federal Reserve's recipe for fighting inflation, hiking interest rates, has heightened fears the U.S. economy will slide into a recession. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, take it away.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Mistakes are learning experiences. How many times have you heard someone say, "I don't want to make a mistake"? This behavior gives someone else power over your choices. You might end up missing out on a fun activity, experience, or even an opportunity for friendship. Most people, in truth, are not afraid of mistakes because all of us make them every day. You are actually looking for someone else to blame in case it is an incorrect choice. Your ego always tries to make you right. Personally, I would rather make a mistake than miss out completely. Today, make a resolution to always learn from your mistakes, because mistakes are one of the most valuable tools you can have at your disposal. You learn from them. And as always, enjoy the day.
We are part of my conversation coming up with home improvement expert Chip Wade in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Entertainment Spotlight. Home improvement expert Chip Wade stopped by Conversations Live, the radio show, to share some do-it-yourself projects all of us should know about. Here's a bit of our conversation. What advice do you have, though, for our audience when it comes to looking to improve their homes this year?
Well, this is a perfect time, more than any other time, to continue to do DIY. It's hard to find, folks and contractors to come do work for you, so this is a great time to invest in yourself. One of the best places to start is in the bathroom. I actually have recently used a product from Wet Wall. It's a waterproof panel system that's great for applying straight onto the walls inside wet areas like your shower, cascading them all the way around the room even if you want, for that seamless stone look, which is very, very popular right now. What's great about it is, like I said, they come in these big panels. They're a very simple tongue and groove design, so they just put together. They're grout-free. So imagine your shower having no grout. Really, really good stuff. Really easy to clean, and it's very durable. Now, not only do they come in the natural stone looks, but all the other designer finishes that are just really, really popular right now. If that sounds interesting to you, I recommend just check it out at wetwall.com. Like I said, I've installed a lot of these recently and have been very, very happy with it. Now, moving from the bathroom to the kitchen, another very hot topic for on homeowners' minds is making sure that our drinking water is fantastic. The world's most efficient reverse osmosis drinking water system out there on the market that I found is from Culligan, called the Aquasential Smart RO System. Now, why this is great is it's a convenient, tight package that just fits conveniently right up underneath your cabinet. It's self-cleaning, which I think is a really key feature. It comes with an LED designer faucet, which looks great. And through the 7 stages of filtration, it's certified to reduce 60 different contaminants. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning into this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back to you guys on tomorrow's more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host Cyrus Webb saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.